Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We welcome you yet to another edition of our program, Team Yet to Sign, The Power Within the Line. I hope you can all remember that the other time when we came here, we presented some beautiful things to you. I also remember a lot of people have called, a lot of people have commented on the video in the social media, commending us, saying this is a very beautiful thing, and also trying to encourage us to do more of it because of the future that they have seen in what was done last week. But of course, that was not surprising to many, because even before we began the program, we told you that a lot of things are supposed to be expected, a lot of good things, and as we go down the line, a lot of beautiful things are going to be shown as beautiful presenters have come. We're going to see periodic changes of presenters here very soon. This time again, we are here with you with very powerful presenters. You're going to see them very soon, and they're going to introduce themselves. But before we go further, we want to remind you that you are watching Vision TV, and we want to encourage you to stay with the Vision TV always, in order for you to learn more and more. So this is Team Yet to Sign, a young team composing of beautiful, powerful poets and poetess, very powerful people that talk about the instances in the society that are of importance, that are of urgent importance to talk about. So today also we have a very short story for you, the detail of which it's going to be properly discussed by these presenters. So we're going to follow them, and we're going to learn a lot from them. So we have two people here with us in the studio. I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, of course. So we're going to start with you. So you tell us who you are, Zainab, and perhaps some connections to Team Yet to Sign.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, and I am Zainab Ajany. I'm here to present here with Khadija Tujiba. Or should I allow you to present yourself?
Let's go on.
Okay. We are here on behalf of Team Yet to Sign with, we have a power within the lines. We have this short story that we are supposed to present on, and we will discuss the themes within the story and relate it to the society. So I will allow Dija to introduce herself.
Okay, wonderful audience. Just like Jennifer rightly mentioned, I am Khadija Tujiba, a member of Team Yet to Sign. And like everyone have been saying, we have a very, very immaculate short story here today. But I know everyone will wish it was longer, Jay.
Yeah.
To tell you all this, it was written by this very beautiful writer out here. And trust me, okay, I said beautiful already. You guys will know she is really beautiful once we read this out. So like she said, it will be read out, and then we will try bringing out the themes, and then we see how best we can relate it to the society we live in.
Yeah.
So without wasting much time, Jay, I am eager to read this story of yours. Should I start?
So, you can.
Okay, this is Power Within the Lines. Team Yet to Sign on it on Vision TV. Thank you for joining us. And then the story is titled The Gambling King by Zainab Ajany. Yes.
Oh.
And it goes, at the wealthy and prosperous Orodin kingdom, the young King Zak had just entered the throne. But he didn't care all about anything except for his hobby, which was gambling. In fact, he wasn't good at it, but he was really into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Your Majesty, our people are having difficulties recently. Starvation is everywhere. Please order to distribute the Eden food reservoirs, said one of his servants. Shut up. Am I reading like the king?
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm having a hard game. Great, I won finally. Ha ha ha. Since I'm in a good mood, I agree to open the food reservoir, Zak said. Even emergent situations like that weren't marbled by Zak's games. Okay, we're marbled by Zak's games, huh?
Yeah.
Soon after the country fell into corruption, the subjects were very poor and miserable. This country is in a big trouble because we have a gambling king. That was a discussion among the subjects. At that time, there was a merchant named Emir. He was famous for the high stake gamblings. A lot of people wanted to have games with him because Emir do not fail.
He doesn't
He
fail.
doesn't fail in any of his games. With his skillful tricks, Emir got richer by day, and his property wasn't much less than a royal, even though he isn't a royal.
Yeah.
Hearing of Emir's popularity, King Zag came to him. Okay, the king came to him. I heard that you are a very good gambler, King said. What an honor for me to welcome you, Your Majesty, Emir told him. I want to have a game with you. If you win, this gold will be yours, the king said. I think it's very generous of you, Your Majesty. How can I match with you? If you win, you can take everything you want, the gambler said. Then the game started. The first day, the gambler intentionally lost to the king. The king kept winning and gained a lot of bounties. He was overjoyed and didn't pay attention to anything else. Okay, this Emir is just a normal one. The rumors about him aren't true at all. The
That
king
was
thought
all.
to himself.
Yeah.
Was that the rumor that he is great, he
Yeah.
never loses?
Yeah.
Okay, so because he intentionally allowed the king to win,
So that was why he was thinking like he was a normal guy.
Okay.
He wasn't the same as he thought
People-
of. Yeah,
okay.
people think of him.
all right. So he thought to himself that Emir was a normal person. The next day, the king went to the gambler's house again. This time, the gambler made a suggestion. Your Majesty, I have a hobby of collecting people's signatures. If I luckily win today, could you give me your signature, please? Since it's the king's signature, I believe that it must be very special, the gambler said.
This one seems like he wasn't in for a good thing.
Okay. The writer is giving us a hint. Let's go on and see. All right, not a big deal. Let's get started. This was what the king said. And few minutes after the gambling, Emir is laughing. Ha ha ha. It seems like today is my lucky day.
Yeah.
Do you want to have another game? Another round, Your Majesty? He asked. I'm the king, therefore I can swallow my words. Just one signature. Bring the paper and pen here, the king said. Then please let me see your great signature, the gambler told her.
With that excitement,
Wow.
nothing was good. Would be good at the end.
When the king just finished signing,
Yeah.
one strange thing happened. Okay, what was that, Jay? What was that strange thing that happened?
You know, after signing the paper signed brightly, and the king was like, wow.
Surprised.
He was surprised. What,
And I
what
can
is
see
this?
Emir laughing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Emir laughed and said, do you know what you have just signed in? It's a contract with Demon. Whoever signs this contract has to do all what I request, the gambler said. What? This is all in your plan? The king asked. Yes, Your Majesty. Now the throne will be mine and you will become a beggar and never be allowed to return here. Wow, that happened to the king.
It is like he was deceiving him unknowingly
Whoa.
without the king's knowledge. Since he was so much into the
Game,
gambling
okay.
game, he doesn't care about anything else. He doesn't think of the consequences of things that will come and things that will happen. So this
Wow.
is something that he has to face.
So here, when the gambler finished talking, a weary wing appeared and took the king away. Magic time. I'm getting scared.
Don't be.
The gambler was very satisfied then. When the king woke up, he saw himself in a forest and was really looking like a beggar. He tried to recollect the memories of the game with the gambler and remembered everything. He decided to go find his way back home. On the way, the king heard what people talked about him, which he wasn't aware of before, right? Great. Gambling king abdicated and Emir become king now. Whoa.
That was one of the subjects celebrating because the gambling king, who doesn't care about them, was out.
He is no more.
Yeah, he was no more there, and they have a new king. He was celebrating, probably thinking they will have a different thing
Life
in-
with that king.
Yeah,
Let's see. Are you guys watching? Let's see what happens next.
the story will tell us. more.
Yeah. They're all the same. Emir is greedy and authoritarian, while the king is into gambling and doesn't pay attention to the kingdom. It is still us who have to bear the consequences. The subjects talking. So another subject
was replying.
Okay, had to bring this in. Okay, what? Emir has entered the throne, and in people's eyes, I'm just a gambling king. The king thought to himself, right? He also got to see Emir's tyranny. The troops were ordered to oppress the people, and the tax was really heavy. So Emir was no different.
He wasn't. He was even worse.
Wow.
Because if you look at it, the king, the former king, was just selfish. He doesn't. He only cares about the game that he does.
Okay.
The game that he plays. He only care about that, but he doesn't care about his subjects, and he doesn't care whether they're hungry, whether they feed, sleep, or whatever. But he doesn't add the height of the taxes. He doesn't treat them badly.
But
this
Emir
one,
was doing that.
Yeah, he was doing that.
Okay.
Things have changed. They were hoping for a better life, but then from frying pan to the fire.
To the fire. I can see you wrote here that the kingdom was chaotic. People's cries were everywhere. Okay. It is all my fault. Just because I was too much into gambling, I lost my kingdom to a bad guy's hands. My people have already been opposed to me. Now they will not be sympathetic if I am not their king anymore. The king thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's feeling guilty, one
Yeah.
can say. While walking, the king saw a beautiful girl being bullied by a troop. Okay, these were Emir's troops. So they were not only being like making the cost of living very high.
They were just. They were like
But,
we say.
generally.
We can go and rob that girl. She's beautiful. Probably she's having money. So they were doing all sort of things just so they can have money.
All right, and I can see them here. Like, it's like I'm watching this movie.
Oh.
If you don't give me money, I won't let you go, the troop said. But I don't have any money, the girl said. Upon seeing the incident, the king tried to interfere. Do you dare to bully a girl in a broad daylight? Let her go, the king said. Who are you? The troop asked. Me? I am the king of this kingdom. That guy Emir used his dirty tricks to steal my throne. Bring me back to the palace, he said.
Well, he was shouting at that troop, forgetting that he was looking like a beggar.
And they wouldn't recognize him.
Exactly. So
Sadly. And you see, they're laughing at him. Poor you. You are not just a beggar, but also a maniac. King, okay, you are also a maniac. King has given up. The king has given up this kingdom, the troop said. Could it be that they do not know that in reality, Emir deceived their king instead of the king backing, like, forsaking them?
They don't know what transpires between them. So it's like Emir went to the palace and told them that the king has given up and given him the throne to rule over. But they don't know anything. So they are thinking like
they were abandoned by
their king. Their king abandoned them since he doesn't care about anything except for gambling.
Wow. The king got angry and pushed him to fall on the floor and ran away with the girl. Wow. On their way, the girl introduced herself and asked the king his name and where he is from. I said that already. Don't you believe me? I am the king of the kingdom. My subjects are really suffering in the hands of that emir of a guy, he said. Wow. Fortunately for him, the young girl happened to be a fairy. Wow. Who disguised herself to test the king. She took him and she told him that she will help him, and she gave him a sword and led him to a cave where the devil with the contract lived. He was supposed to steal the egg of the wicked devil and break it with the sword given to him by the fairy girl. Is this the same devil that Emir, whose contract the king signed and led Emir to the throne?
Exactly. So anybody that signs that contract, you will have like there will be some part of your lifespan, like maybe 5 years or 3 years, 10 years, the devil will take it from you and add it to his age, just so that he will live longer.
Does that happen to this king? Let's read and see. Wow. So really? Okay. He went in and found the devil sleeping and tried to take the egg, but he stepped on a rock, oh my God, and made a sound which woke the devil up.
Oh, I'm getting scared.
You're getting scared too. We should be getting scared, not the right. Okay. Who are you and what are you doing here? That's how devils talk, right?
Yeah.
You want to steal my egg? The devil asked. The king, being so scared that he doesn't know what to say. Okay, he was scared. Then he lied to the devil that he wanted to play with him. He wanted to play. So, okay, this king is so much into gambling that even if he is scared, he finds a way out using gambling.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. The devil agreed to play, but with a condition that if he wins each round, he would take 5 years of longevity from the king's lifespan. This was what you were talking about.
Yeah.
King Zach, being the new caring man, accepted the condition for his people's sake. Repentance. They played and the devil was winning each round. Wow. Zach then thought of something while dispatching the cards. He intentionally he tore the card, and a strange thing happened. A black smoke came out of the cards and it all turned to dust.
That's the devil's dog. The devil's walk.
Wow. You cheated me all this while. You put your devil axe on this card so that it will be in your favor. Zach said that to the devil. That's because you decided to gamble with the demon. Anyway, I don't want to play anymore, so get out of here. I am King Zach, the king of Oredin Kingdom. It's okay if you take my age, but please break that contract you gave.
To Emery.
To Emery, okay. He is wicked and my subjects will be miserable if he is ruling. Okay, that's what Zach said. Wow, so Zach is really so much concerned that he wants the demon to take parts of his lifespan,
Exactly.
but breaks that contract.
Like the conversation he overheard from his subjects changed him. He doesn't even know that that's how they think about him.
So while he was ruling, he didn't know he was that mean.
Yeah. So now that he had those kind of words, that's when he tried to change himself. It's like he is repenting.
Let's see if the devil will give him a very easy release. Okay, the devil is saying, okay, but on one condition. That's if I will get 10 years of longevity from all the subjects of your kingdom. 10 years out of each subject's life. What about those that will have to live only 10 years?
They will have to die.
Okay, this is Emir's response. Okay, the king's response. If I allow him to do that, then who will I call my subjects if they all die? No, their needs matter. Zach thought. The king is thinking now
to himself.
No, I can't be selfish to risk the lives of my subjects. As he says that, the fairy girl appears. So he responded to the devil that he wouldn't be so selfish now.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be selfish to risk the lives of his subjects. Just like you said, how about those that are supposed to live for 10 years? If he agreed to that deal, then those people will die after the devil took their longevity.
Whoa.
So
the fairy girl appears. Whoa, Zach, you have changed. You now think of your subjects instead of your own life, the fairy girl said. You have decided to help him? No, that can't be, the devil said.
That was the devil talking.
Doesn't mean the devil knows the power that the fairy girl has.
Exactly, evil never wins over good.
Wow. Wow, it's like a devil and an angel here.
Yeah.
The devil and the fairy girl fought and it wasn't easy. Zach took the egg and ran with it outside the cave. He took the sword and broke the egg and everything returned to their normal age, including Zach himself. So meaning while they were playing and the devil was winning, Zach's lifespan was being taken.
Yeah, because that was the condition that he placed before playing with Zach. He told him that he would have to take 5 years of his age
after every win.
Every round he win. So Zach he even turned old.
Wow.
He was like an old man. Right? So he has
luckily after breaking the egg, he is reformed
back to the normal king Zach. That he was.
Wow. It's like a happy ending, eh? He thanked the fairy girl and returned the sword to her. And his goals and properties were... Okay, no, we are not yet there. Okay, he thanked the fairy girl and returned the sword to her. Then returned to his kingdom. What happened to Emir?
He was arrested.
You're giving us that. Okay. I thought you would say no, let's read and hear it out. But thank you, you are a very generous writer. Emir was arrested and all his goals and properties were shared among the the natives of the kingdom. King Zak has changed and cared for his people. He was no more called the gambling king. His subjects praised him and the kingdom origin was peaceful again. Okay, he was no more called the gambling king. Does that mean he left gambling?
Probably not leave it completely,
but it wouldn't distract him anymore.
Yeah.
This is the end, guys. But we are not stopping here. We want to let you know the themes of this play. Jay, first, what inspired you to write this?
Okay, like the country that we are living in, we have so much of things going on in this country. We have corruption, the government neglecting the needs of these people of this country. We have people deceiving each other in the
political arena, one can say.
Exactly. And so all those things, when I thought of them, I said, let me think of something and pen it down. Maybe not use the human characters.
Beauty of literature. I am saying this, and you see how helpful literature and everything else can be.
Yeah.
You can help address societal, crisis and all that.
Unfortunately, I wasn't majoring in literature.
Yeah, but you are great. I mean, a science student here. Jay, this is amazing. So can we talk about the themes? Like, I think all of those societal problems you said are captured out here.
Yeah.
I can see the theme of negligence. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Where exactly, Jay?
Where the king neglect his people. Playing games was his hobby, and he doesn't care about his people. So he was neglecting the subjects of the kingdom.
And I can remember a servant telling him that there was hunger, starvation everywhere. But he asked the one to shut up because he was distracting him.
He was having a hard game.
Only because he won, he decided to open that reservoir.
Imagine if he hadn't won, what would have happened?
Whoa.
They will die of starvation.
Yeah, sure. And another theme I saw here, Jay, was deceit. Do you want to talk about that, the theme of deceit?
Yeah, like when Emery he used deceit to take the throne from the king, because he doesn't tell the king that the paper that he was signing was a contract with the demon.
Okay.
So he was deceiving him. He deceived him and took the throne and took everything from him. He turned him into a beggar, and he looked like
a beggar.
Someone that is mad. People don't even... Can you imagine your own king? You met him and you don't even recognize that he is your king. That was really sad,
It was, Jay. He deceived him from the onset. I mean, Emery, everybody knew he was the best gambler. But because he wanted to gain the trust and of the king, he
intentionally let him win. So,
wow.
You see how smart he was.
Yeah, he was. And then the theme of corruption.
Corruption that is there because people
after Emery came into power, I could see
people were like the first man that came. He was like the gambling king was out.
Okay. Yes.
Now we have Emery as our king. He was actually happy, but listen to the next person that replied him.
Yeah.
They are all the same.
Emery is
greedy and authoritarian.
Wow.
So he added the taxes. He treat people badly.
Okay.
His troops will be robbing people,
bullying young girls.
Exactly. So there was corruption. He was even worse than the first king. He was even worse than Zak. So there was corruption.
And then the theme of greediness, like you talked about it while talking about corruption.
Yeah.
Greediness was also seen in Emery's levying of a heavy tax on the population.
He wanted to take everything. Could
that be because he was used to having everything? I mean, being a very good gambler, being richer than or should I say rich like a royal when he
Exactly.
isn't a royal?
So he wanted to take everything. Like now, he will not be competing with anybody because
He's already there.
he was already there. He was like you say, he was there. The royals were there. The Zach was there. He was also rich.
Yes.
So he was it's like he was competing with him.
with
But
Zach.
now that he threw Zach
Now that he
out,
is the rich non-royal, at the same time the ruler.
exactly.
Wow.
He wanted to take everything, so he was greedy. Now,
Finally, Jay, I want us to talk about the theme of repentance.
repentance.
Who repented? Zach.
Zach repented because he was after the deceit that he received from Emery. He have to think about the things that he used to do. He now cared about his subjects. He have this like
Could it be he felt guilty seeing the people suffering under Emir?
exactly he was like, this is all my fault, because if I hadn't been so much into gambling and didn't go to that Emery of a guy, then
None of this would have
happened. So he repented and gained the people's trust again.
Amazing, Jay. You are such a great writer.
Wow.
So, relating this to the society, we can see one of the most persisting stuffs in the country right now will be the high cost of living. And one could say it is depicted in the story. Initially, Zach wasn't levying heavy taxes on the people, but he was neglecting them. They were starving. Could that be what is happening? What is our government doing? There is high cost of living. The transportation fees are, should I say, formally or informally increased, because at times you will tell people that Ali pass Ola Fale and the government is not aware of it, and they will tell you that it is in the law. Some will say it is already accepted, but there is no clear thing.
And that password thing that you are talking about, that is all because of these drivers and the apprentice, just to give you the change, $2 a change.
They will tell you the fare is $15
or $25 here. So, and if at all that you were the one that was owing them $1, you wouldn't alight from that vehicle without giving them the $1. So you see, that is also corruption, and the government neglecting all those things.
And they wouldn't say they are not aware of it, because if it is not yourself boarding public vehicles, then
a
your
family
children
member of yours or your children's friend are encountering it. So you have to think about the things that your people are going through within your country. It's not like you have to be there on top there just as the president or the minister, say everything among yourselves. You know, if at all you are seeing many castles in this country. You have seen many story buildings. If at all that buildings were built out of money, you will see a lot of your money on the walls of those castles. Because
I will see, oh, that was the $5 my dad gave me the other day I was going to Westfield, and I had to add it on the $20 because the driver and the apprentice said it is $25.
It's no more $18, and now it is $25.
And I wouldn't neglect the fact that the drivers are complaining on the increment on fuel. But even though that is increased, the government could help somehow.
Yeah.
Help. You know, two things cannot be increased at the same time. The cost of living and then the transportation thing, like food and transportation.
Exactly.
So if
go to the market today, if you go to the market, like if you want to eat good food, if you don't go with $1,000, DJ, I'm sorry.
Bag of rice, oil, onion.
Bag of rice is almost reaching $2,000.
I don't even know.
Already there.
I don't know the cost, but I can every day hear the breadwinners of my family complaining.
Exactly.
And as they complain about that, I also tend to complain about the petty things. Like I'll be like, honey, pass over Jay, you know, even if they say the fuel prices are increased, at least the government could help. Probably they can subsidize. But you cannot have the bag of rice increased and at the same time the transportation fee increased. If at all the feeding was stable, if the feeding was stable, we can take the money from the feeding to add on to the transportation. But both increased at the same time. Then the government could at least do something for us. But you would hardly hear them come out to even talk about them. And at least if you cannot...
the theme of this seat here, like when they are coming into power,
all the promise
I will do this, I will do that.
Pilot, so crazy. Each and every day, like you said, the things are going up. The things are going up in the market. Everything is going up, and I think all of this emanated from one point. Our people responsible, for example, ministers responsible for transportation and all those things,
Minister,
they're not so keen
right.
because you need to be following these things. And the ministers that are responsible for trade are also supposed to be following up what is happening in the market. They know you don't even need to be sitting in your office, close yourself, that AC on and be enjoying. No,
You
go
want
out, interact. with
That's
the
not
people.
even
Know
work.
their
That's not
problems.
even why you were in that office. You are supposed to go out and work, but
Exactly.
you just go pick your bag from home to office, sit down and relax,
Nobody's-
enjoy,
you
and go home.
You know, Zainab, we have to understand that these people that are suffering are the same people that are feeding us as ministers, are the same people that are feeding us as the president, as the vice president, as this, as that. They are the ones whose tax money are used to pay us. So we need to ensure that they also live in that condition that is really conducive. We don't have to make them suffer. If we do, we're going to pay for that. The posterity is going to join us for whatever we
And
want.
karma is real.
So that price control has to be there.
Yeah.
Price control. I think we need to be very keen on that. And
Just like Kajetu said, both sides cannot be high.
At the
At
same
least
time.
if the feeding is a bit low, then we can manage with the transport. But
Very good.
everything
and the
high.
salaries are too small. So the
Exactly.
salary also needs to be increased. So I think if you have nothing else to say, we're going to come
Stop
to a
here
stop
for
here.
today.
Yeah, for today until next week. Where I promise you that we're going to have a periodic changes of people, individuals, smart people, of course, that you're going to be seeing here. And of course, this story is a very, very
Very,
wonderful one.
very.
I
A
think
masterpiece.
This is a masterpiece. And so Zainab, I think we need to do something about this story.
Yeah, the team will have to act it
Possibly
though.
Yes.
another week, not this coming week. We are not promising. We can have a
Play of
touch
it.
on this.
Yeah, a short play. In fact, we are also working on it. I think our viewers, we
want
Let them
to
tell us what they
see
want.
it.
There is
Yeah.
a comment box.
There's a comment. Yeah, they will tell us what they want. They will tell us. Of course. Thank you so much for following, and thank you Vision TV. Thank you, Mr. Cameraman. Yeah, Kuruwele.
Yeah.
This person is truly very great, very, very great. In fact, we have to do certain things to cover this. I know, but we want to say thank you so much, and our viewers, thank you, Vision TV. Please keep following Vision TV. This is power within the line.
Yes.
Of course, if you've received any power, you don't have to be surprised. Power.
Within the lines.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Team yet to